In an age where games feel like they're never really complete, and everyone is used to playing buggy alphas in early access, Far Far West is so dang polished, it's blinding. You are a robotic Wild Westerner that must travel to one of 3 map zones, complete an objective, and then get the heck out of there. It's sort of a wave-based extraction shooter meets roguelike with magic abilities. You start off in a saloon, where you can play a version of darts where you have to take shots from different locations. My local pub considered adopting this version of darts, but they just couldn't trust their patrons to aim straight in the urinal, let alone hit a dartboard from the other side of the pub. There's also a piano which will let you play a rendition of your favourite British soap opera theme tune. You can also play it with friends, and I swear to God, me and Larry will find a way to play chopsticks on this thing together. After about an hour mucking about with the piano, you'll eventually stumble through the saloon doors and be greeted with an incredible first glimpse of the town hub area. I mean, just look at this. There's a whole town right here, and everything is meticulously placed so you know exactly where you need to go. You got your shooting range, where to start your mission, and also where you think you can equip a fancy hat. And we all know how much people love freaking hats. Chances are you'll find yourself going straight for the shooting range, and you'll quickly discover that firing your weapons has a really nice kick to it, and it makes them super satisfying to shoot. I always compare gunplay in games to anything from Bungie, and I felt that the weapons in terms of feel and feedback for hitting your targets felt great. However, I will say for the most of the game, I thought my main equipped rifle was a single shot weapon, due to its shape, but later discovered that it was a weapon which had a decent fire rate when holding down the mouse button. I mean, that's a me issue, not a game issue. And then you'll probably discover the spells. Now these are a lot of fun and are visually impressive with some satisfying effects and a great powerful sound design to match. My favourite spells were the thrower, which shoots acid everywhere and can leave a trail on the floor which can attack enemies that walk over it, and the strikes, which shoot out a line of lightning to attacking enemies in a row. Now there are a bunch of spells you can learn by leveling up each element by using them on missions, but I only really tried out the initial spells. Now in a weird turn of events whilst writing for this video, I accidentally discovered that these spells can also combine with one another to create very powerful combos. If you use the strike and then stand on a piece of the floor that has an electric element on it, then use the thrower, you can start gunning lightning strikes around the battlefield. This sort of reminds me a little bit of the spellcasting in Magicka, but without the disastrous repercussions from mixing the wrong spells in close proximity. I haven't unlocked many spells yet, but the ones I have make you feel like a god. I'll come back to the Town Hub world later, but for now I want to talk about the missions. You go to this fella, choose a map and an objective, and it can range from defending a drill, building an overpowered TNT to setting off a nuke. Then you're bundled on the train and journey out to the mission. When you load in, you're kind of given a lot of free will, but do you rush the objective or do you explore the map? Now, you could walk to your destination and waste everyone's time, or you can ride to it. Pressing X calls your trusty steed, which lets you traverse the map with speed. You can even damage a couple of skeletons while doing so. But there are a few other ways to get around too, like these wagons that act as jump pads, zip lines, and even these high-speed minecarts. Now if you lack focus like me, you're going to get distracted all the time while exploring. It starts like this: I'm going to go and complete an objective. Oh wait, there's a rock to mine. Okay, back to the objective. Dang, looks like a Morse code machine to solve. Oh, hold on, let me dig for treasure. Wait, I need to blow up this house. Oh, what's that guy carrying? Oh, it's a freaking nuke. It's relentless, and I love it. But exploring gives you a few buffs and rewards, so it's not bad to just run around and complete these little side missions. Most of the time you'll get currency like souls or gold, which can be used to upgrade your spells and characters back at the town hub. But you'll also quite frequently come across various cards which allow you to modify your character's attributes on the mission. These are removed for the next mission, but they can range from increasing damage to others that are a little bit more useless, like letting your character make squeaking noises every time they walk. I'm not entirely sure if the cards stack, so if anyone knows, leave a comment. These cards ultimately make defeating enemies a little easier, and you're gonna come across a bunch of them. The enemies sort of acts a bit like cannon fodder. You have the grunts that try to rush you, a few others that stay back to shoot from a distance, and a couple of others that are slightly tougher, larger enemies that have claws or carry shields to help defend themselves. When you combine your magic to attack large groups of enemies, it's the best feeling seeing them all crumble into a pile of bones. The objectives all seem to follow a similar pattern. Stay within the area, complete little tasks and wait for the timer to end. It's simple, but it works. For example, in one mission, I needed to activate a large machine and adjust the pressure with valves in order to complete the objectives. As I'm doing this, waves of enemies would spawn and I would have to balance combat alongside keeping the objective going. Once you complete the objective, you might think it's time to pack up and get the heck out of there. Nope, it's time for the boss battle. Mount up your horsey and ride to the big red skull on the map to activate the final boss of this mission. You'd normally think, oh, I'd probably fight a giant skeleton. But no, you'll fight a ghost saloon, or a ghost train, or a ghost birdie. They take place in a circular arena and you'll need to find the enemy's weak point and just keep blasting at it. In the meantime, various grunts are spawning to attack you and you'll need to keep running around to avoid the boss's big attacks. It's action-packed mayhem, and combined with the intense soundtrack, it really gets your blood pumping as you feel like a Wild West badass. If you defeat the boss, you can then extract. But at this point, the map just throws enemy after enemy at you. So if you wanted to do those side quests, you're gonna have a rough time doing them now. When you're at the extraction point, you can call the train in by ringing the bell, and then you'll have a short amount of time to defend yourself. And then when the train arrives, jump on it to complete the level. Altogether, it's an adrenaline pumping experience, and it's just a lot of fun screaming at your friends to get on the train. Now, once you finish the mission, you go back to the town hub area and start customizing your hero and weapons and spells. You see, every time you go out, you level up the spells you use as well as your character, but you also bring back gold and souls as currency. You can go to the weaponsmith, customize a weapons element attribute, and then also upgrade that weapon's base stats like damage, reload speed, etc. You can also purchase cards that add modifiers to the weapons. And if the weapons you have aren't your cup of tea, you can also set to track new weapons so that their blueprints appear whilst playing during missions. You can also upgrade your hero in the same way, reducing cooldowns of spells, improving health or jump height. Then you go back to the mission, get all your rewards, come back and upgrade so you can take on harder missions and so on. This is its fundamental game loop, and it's definitely my cup of tea. Now, what are my final thoughts? It's getting sort of late and I'm getting a bit hungry, so here we go. Some games will serve you up a salad, merely throwing up all the ingredients into a bowl and stirring it around a bit. You'll often pick up parts you like and leave the bits you don't. I hate salads. The Far Far West is a burrito. Every single ingredient is carefully packaged with the tortilla representing the game's presentation. It all works in synergy and everything tastes so good together. You'll be hard pressed to find a demo that is as polished as this game, and you owe it to yourself to take a big old bite of it. If you have time during Next Fest, download the demo. And if the development team is listening, please release the game onto Nvidia GeForce now so my PC can run it at the highest graphical settings. It's been a long time since a demo has made this much of an impact on me, and I really can't wait to see how the development team evolve the game between now and its full release. If you enjoyed the words I had to say, consider subscribing to me on YouTube. I want to make more videos like this, and I hope you all enjoyed me sharing my thoughts on this game. I also live stream on Twitch where I play games live, so if you want to see a puppet do that, go to twitch.tv/RapheePlays. Thanks for watching, and bye bye!